He's got the best odds of anyone to win the U.S. Open since Tiger in 2009.
Do you know what his odds are?
3-1.
3-1 odds
Holy
to win a
shit.
golf tournament.
To win a major.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
But even so, that's the thing about betting on golf is that even if you pick the winner of the tournament and you pick it right, there's still value to that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get minus favorites in betting on straight bets for a person to win a tournament.
Yeah, like if you like the way that you approach betting on like a weekend of golf is way different from how you approach a weekend of betting on the NFL.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the next best odds are Rory at 11-1.
Yeah, it's like how many minus favorites can I sneak into a parlay to get 3-1 odds?
Yeah, I just looked at some Instagram posts that showed the top 5.
I think Xander's up there too.
Yeah, Xander might be like 15.
And Morikawa.
Can anyone place moneyline bets in this room?
No, I do not have a
You gotta go to a different state.
VPN or whatever.
I'd have to drive over to Iowa, drive to the Diamond Joe Casino.
We'll get legalized
I know a guy.
soon enough.
Get you a VPN.
Yeah.
Tyler, since we've started, hit us with an intro quick.
Welcome back to episode 193. Ryan, I had it.
Nice.
Ah, fuck, yeah.
I had it, dude.
I thought you were looking at Jake for confirmation.
No, I just wanted to make sure I was in the right realm. We're presented by Nicolay Law. You know this.
We can't forget our boy Russ before we get deep into the golf world.
We should ask him about the legal implications of placing bets in states where it's not legal. I think you just tell us it's illegal. Don't do it.
I think it's pretty black and white at that point.
Yeah, but we'll drive to Iowa, Russ. Don't worry about us. We are rule followers. We will not be breaking any laws.
I'm sure his phone was blowing up after the whole Scheffler incident.
Yeah. Questions.
Yeah.
Yep. I think,
like, hey, personal injury, $80 pants. Like, am I entitled to $1 million settlement because my $80 pants got ruined?
I mean, honestly, if that officer would have called Russell Nicolay, the narrative would have been different. He'd have won. Charges wouldn't have been dropped.
You think so?
I think Russell would have got it done for him.
Either that or Russell would have been like, I can't do my boy like that. I'm a huge Scheffler fan.
Could have been.
Could be,
Yeah, Could be.
It is kind of weird that just thinking about his beard and how iconic it is, and you've seen it all over the interstate.
That's what you do in your free time. Think about Russell's beard.
Well, no, this thought came to me. It's like no one in the PGA has like a sick beard.
Scotty does now.
Yeah, but I'm talking
that beard.
I'm talking like big and bushy,
Like James Harden.
We need
James Harden style beard. No one has that iconic.
I can think of like maybe 3 beards.
John Daly currently has a big old beard.
Yeah.
Okay, there we
But
go.
like Shane Lowry has one. It's just
Cam
not
Young
great.
has one.
Shane Lowry's beard's kind of like scraggly, like weird uncle kind of beard.
I would like to see Rory with like maybe a goatee.
Rory's going through a divorce. That's a classic time to grow facial hair or buy a Bugatti or some shit.
Yeah, and maybe Amanda likes it.
Maybe
Maybe she likes the old goatee. You never know.
You never know.
It's like Rory he shows up to the U.S. Open with a goatee, and then everyone like finds photos of Amanda's ex-husband, and it's like
he's got a goatee,
the nicest goatee on planet Earth.
Rory.
It could happen.
Rory does. He needs a change. He needs a change. We're doing our obligatory
a huge change. He's divorced.
Yeah, well, he needs something to mix up his personal life other than the divorce. Like he's got to do something a little splashy here.
Trevor, if you were 36 or 34 and just got divorced, what type of change would you make? Would you just buy new clubs? I mean, that's a big change.
No, I'd probably move. I feel like you gotta restart your life.
Well, if you got kids though,
does he have kids?
Tough.
He does.
Poppy.
Well, I probably wouldn't get custody, so I'm fine.
That's true. Dude never does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of an odd.
I don't know about you guys, but I would like get into a new hobby. Like, I don't know, start collecting watches or something like that, Just
start
to
watching F1.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'd start watching.
That's a
F1.
good documentary.
Bird watching.
No, I know it is. It's like it's been number 1 for like ever.
Is it number 1?
No, not anymore, but it was for a long time.
Yeah, so get really into
watching would be a
racing.
good
Bird
one,
watching, great one. You got to get a new hobby. That's it.
I'll be honest. If I got divorced and I started bird watching, no one would think that's cool. They'd be like, "Ooh, he's down bad."
They'd be like, "Man,
Now-
Tyler's really taking the divorce."
Oh
really
man,
tough.
he lost the divorce for sure. But if I'd started doing something cool, like fucking riding bulls or something, they'd be like, "Whoa, Tyler's he's doing great."
Now, don't loop me into that bird conversation because I actually My kid loves watching birds.
Yeah, it's different because you're still married and your kid's a kid.
That's true.
It's not sad that you're doing it now. It's just like, oh yeah, Ryan's getting old.
Yeah, if people see you bird watching at 35 years old, people are like, oh, he's kind of weird. But then they see that there's a kid with you.
They're like, I get it.
Man, what a good dad.
Yeah.
Charlie Barron's huge bird watching guy.
Yep.
Sad.
Has been known to be one.
Poor Charlie. He got divorced too.
Yeah, and he is 30 plus.
Yeah.
Oh
Big
shit!
new
Tough look, Charles.
Big new purchase could be a new set of binos.
Yeah, he
Short
does
for
know a
binoculars.
shitload about binoculars.
He does, yeah. He's the glass man.
So yeah, U.S. Open this weekend. Scotty, I mean, he's on a tear. He won last weekend. Did you guys see the up and down on 18 to hold off Morikawa?
No, I was very busy last weekend. I did not see jack shit.
I was too. It seems as though I am tuning in at the exact right moment to events like this. I could miss all of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 99% of Sunday, but I can at the exact right time tune in on Sunday for the last hole when it's coming down to like a close finish. And I get lucky that way. Like my wife always says, she's like, I like watching the last 2 holes of a golf tournament.
Yeah, those are the best 2 holes to watch, especially if it's tight.
Yeah. Or hey, I love watching NBA basketball.
The last 2 minutes.
If it's the last 2 minutes in the fourth
Oh my
quarter.
God, the last 2 minutes. That's my biggest bone to pick with basketball. And you guys know that I'm not a basketball guy. The last 2 minutes of every game are a half an hour.
Tyler,
I fucking hate the fouling to stop the clock. I understand strategy. I get that it's important to get the clock to stop, but holy shit, they drag it out.
Tyler, the Pacers and Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like it was a close game. I had to shut the TV off
Because of all the fouling?
because it was taking so
my God.
effing long to finish the game.
And then they'll throw in a commercial break every third foul. It's just like, oh my God.
I had to shut it off.
It's unbelievable. It's probably the worst thing about the NBA is just like the last 2 minutes is just like foul, commercial, and it's so slow and like not fluid.
Yeah.
Right. Like halftime is not halftime. Halftime is a quarter time for actual time of play.
Yep.
Did you guys see, there was like a new proposal. And sorry, I think this is really cool. Did you see it?
Maybe.
There's it's a new theory for making NBA games way more interesting. And that is
Full contact, no fouls.
okay. Well, that's a good
No,
one.
I saw this.
But what it is you save all of the team's free throws to be taken like off of fouls to be taken at the very end of the game. So that it's essentially like a shootout in soccer. So let's say you have 10 free throws at the end of the game and my team has 12 free throws. Like we take those all at one time.
And it's like a 2-point game.
Yes.
That would be interesting. I would for sure be interested in seeing that. I don't know if it would end up, especially if there's a lot of fouls, it could get kind of boring.
Well, because but if a team's down, I don't know, I guess it would balance out. Because if you're down 8 with a minute and a half left, you're going to be fouling. So the other team, they're up 8. Let's say they win by 6. They're going to get, fucking 16 free throws or whatever it is. So it could get old, but could be also kind of sweet.
Those last minutes are gonna be even worse than watching people shoot free throws is gonna be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it'll go a lot quicker than fouling free throws though.
So would it be the person that got fouled would still take their free throws, or is it like soccer where you can pick take the?
This is just something that like some NBA fan had put out there. I would assume it'd be the person who got fouled.
So what if you get fouled and then you break your fucking leg?
Get out on the court,
Kobe,
shoot him,
or you got
Achilles,
or the other team picks a player.
Okay. So yeah, like soccer, you can pick a player.
The other team gets to pick your player.
Okay, well then I'm immediately breaking the best free throw shooter's arm, getting fouled, and then picking their worst to shoot his free throws.
Yeah. Yeah. I think something similar goes for golf too. Like if somehow you incorporated like a closest to pin competition now the playoff system is perfect in PGA because it's 1v1. There's different holes on every course that are selected as the playoff holes. So it could be like, hey, we're going to head back to number 15 and then we're going to play 17 and then 18 and then we're going to go back to 15. But even like a closest to pin competition to see like tee times, for instance. Like I'm sure some guys like to golf early in the morning because the greens aren't as fast or vice versa, something like that.
How would you do something like this in golf? You just like save your putts till the end?
Oh, no, dude. All of your like penalty strokes that you gather throughout the weekend, you just get it out of your system by hitting balls into the woods for however many penalty strokes you had.
Or you can have a rebuttal. You can go to a par 3, and if you get a hole in one on a par 3, then it
Takes that one away.
takes it away.
That's kind of what the 19th is on Paynes Valley. Yeah, that's what that should be for.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like the major championships in golf, they're all stacked into like the first half of the year, besides St. Andrews. That's in the fall, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
believe so.
September-ish.
Because we've had the Masters, we've had the PGA Championship. Now we have the US Open, and then there's one major from
The Open.
next week until the end of the year.
Builds a lot of hype for it, though.
It does. Yeah, it does. And I suppose like the biggest time of year for golf is right now because us Midwestern states can get out and golf, and all the Southern states have still been golfing. So it's like, it's at its peak right now. I understand why they do that.
See, now if I was the PGA, okay, and I'm thinking just logistically about when to get the most amount of people to view my program, I would be scheduling all of my major championships and all that stuff for the off season. Like when people
I'm
are
with you.
actually not golfing.
The
Right.
only problem
That's a
with
good
that
point.
is the most watched sports in the world. That's their peak season too.
Yes, absolutely.
So like they're going like right now, what else is there to watch except for mid-season baseball and the NBA finals?
yeah.
NHL finals.
NHL
Okay,
playoffs.
fair
NHL
enough.
playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are one day a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, actually, now you could argue is some of the busiest time directly right now because you have two of the big four with playoffs, and then you also have no one's really watching early season baseball, but
No.
Opening day.
but you could like push it off towards like the middle of summer or something like that, or even fall time right before baseball playoffs and before there's meaningful
That's when
football on.
That's when the Open is.
Yeah, I know, but stacking majors around that time, I feel like would make a little bit more sense, just to get people to watch.
Yeah, I don't watch really any golf in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's like
It's hard to.
Yeah, it's like it's fall through early spring is when I'm watching like at least a couple days of a full tournament. Whereas summertime, like again, the only holes that I watched this last weekend at the Memorial was number 17 and 18.
Yeah.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah.
So
No, I agree completely. I think, missed opportunity a little bit. They're probably leaving a little moolah on the table by doing that. And late in the fall, or I guess early in the fall, like late September and all that stuff. The only thing that's really on is week 1 football and preseason, and then college football, which again,
Baseball.
yeah,
Baseball's ramping up then. That's when I start to care a little bit.
yeah,
September-ish.
you know, it would be really sweet. So the winner of the Masters gets to pick the supper for the next Masters tournament.
yeah.
What if they had something where the winner of each major got to pick from a list of courses, like maybe 5 to 10 courses. They got to pick what course the major was at the following year.
Because the PGA, the US Open, and the European Open are all at different courses every year, correct?
Yep.
That would be sweet.
That would
Like
be
the only rule is like you just can't do it at the same course you just won on. But then other than that, you get to pick.
Yeah, and again, you couldn't fucking pick Prairie Wood National.
Why not? That'd be sweet.
Because obviously,
Imagine if Max Homa wins, right? He wins the US Open and he's like, I want to play at my local 18.
logistically for a major you got to be able to put stands up and do all that. So
Yeah,
You're-
this is
you're
all
right.
hypothetical.
No, yeah,
There's no way that
for
this
sure.
is ever working.
For sure.
I think it would be super cool if we had like the greatest game no one ever saw, like basketball, like Jordan, like they're in training for the Olympics or whatever, and nobody saw that game, and they're talking about all the all-stars that were playing.
Yep.
If like PGA players did that at like a random course,
That would be sick.
like it's non-televised, it's just the guys getting together and they go play Rose Creek or something like that, their home course.
Yeah.
It'd be like, what's that basketball court in Brooklyn that all the pros would play at?
Rucker Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rucker Park. Yeah, it'd be like that. If there was like a Rucker Park for
That'd be kind of sweet.
golfers, would be sweet.
And like going back to getting to pick your own course for the following year, like, I mean, this could be a huge, like, it could be a huge media thing too. Like, there could be a specific date where the winner of, let's say, the US Open, they sit down and like press conference wise, kind of like when LeBron, when LeBron,
The decision.
said that he was going to go play with the Heat. Like everyone's like, oh, I think it's going to be this one because, you know, Scotty Scheffler is this amount of strokes under par and he plays these par fours the best and all this kind of stuff. And then he throws a huge curveball in there, says something different. And they make it this huge deal for even like people living in those states or around that area. It's like, God, I hope that he comes to Bully Pulpit because I could drive, 6 hours down the road and be at a major championship.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
That would be really cool. Also, like,
if I win the US Open, I'm just taking the biggest bribe from whatever course wants to pay me.
Oh, yeah. And
That's all I'm doing. There's zero thought other than who's paying me the most to choose their course.
you're like, sorry, Prairie Wood, I love you, but you can't afford me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you guys can fork over the 50 G's it's going to take, absolutely.
But
otherwise, I'm taking my services to I don't know, the quarry at Giants Ridge.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes like a presidential candidate race.
Yeah,
Okay,
goddamn right.
If Russia wants to pay me $1 billion, okay, I'll do whatever you say.
Super PACs for the PGA championship.
Yeah, no money involved. It's you and your decision only. And then let's do a documentary around it. How about? Or hey, what if this guy goes and plays each one of these 5 courses, documents it, and it's like, oh, I shot 10 under here, and I felt really good on these shit like that.
What's the decision making process
kind of
behind
the
that?
scenes.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So,
yeah. I also know that cities would pay for it. Like cities obviously have big bids when it comes like Minneapolis forks over a shitload of money to get like the Final Four and
they have the 3M Open, and they have the Ryder Cup, which is wild.
That's
only like every 16
crazy.
years.
Right, but I mean, for them to still host an event like that, that's a worldwide event.
Yeah, and Minneapolis has hosted the Open before, I want to say.
And it's always been
Hazeltine, and then Interlaken.
I mean, the U.S. Open?
Oh, yeah.
Interlaken was the U.S. Open a couple. Yeah, I want to say. So there, I mean, there's definitely, and the 3M. So like, there's tour level courses all over there. But you know what I mean? Like they pay big money to have those big events, just because of how much it spikes.
Well, that's the main reason they made U.S. Bank a dome, because they were talking about wanting it to be open and to embrace being in the cold and shit. But they're like, we can't do a Super Bowl if we don't have a dome.
That. You can't do concerts then, really, in the wintertime either.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. And then you're also not going to get all the supplemental things, like Minneapolis never would have had the Final Four for basketball. They would have never, like, they're getting, they probably would have been able to have SummerSlam. But Minneapolis getting SummerSlam next year, too. So,
yeah.
Fuck, maybe we should buy some SummerSlam tickets.
Nah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe if my kid gets
I'll
into
get
it.
Jared to go with me.
I mean, think of the shit that we're going to start getting into when our kids get into it.
Dude, I've been to so many fucking circuses and monster jams and shit in the last 3 years.
How does a kid know that he likes monster trucks?
I don't know, but my kids
that.
are obsessed. I don't know where it came from. I can't remember. I'm sure someone just got him a monster truck. But still, I thought he'd grow out of it a little bit because like kids like a different thing every 2 months. His only constant is fucking monster trucks, dude. We have 1,000 of them bitches in our house. And then we have not obviously not 1,000, but I bet you we have close to 100 toy monster trucks. Because every grandparent buys them 3 every time they go to the freaking store. He gets them for every birthday. They're everywhere. I'm so sick of monster trucks. I broke my leg. I come home and one of the first things that happens is I step on a goddamn monster truck.
Oh, jeez.
I stepped on a pair of tongs this morning.
What?
Middle of the kitchen.
Like toy tongs?
No, like actual tongs.
Like tongs?
No, it wasn't. Like steel tongs.
Oof.
Middle of the kitchen.
God, dude.
Be great for a rage room. All those monster trucks.
Yeah, I would gladly. I know them all by name too.
We do some soft toss with them.
Yeah, I would be very down for that.
Yeah.
It would break his heart. I can't do that. Never mind.
Give it a couple of years.
Yep.
I was like, I guess I could say I was playing catch with my kid yesterday in the year. Like he was just, I don't know, 3 feet away from
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I need to give him his own little baseball glove.
Yeah. Got to get him one of those
cool,
big barrel bats.
Yeah, no, I already got one.
Yeah, one of those ones that like, it makes a pretty big noise when you hit it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of firsts coming up. Still haven't been golfing with him yet.
Okay.
I will do that. And when I brought him to a par 3 course out at the lake before, but I was like, we were just pushing him in his stroller. Like I want to actually have him in the cart with me.
So take him to Thunder Road first. That's what I did this weekend. Played 36 at Thunder Road.
Wow. With your kids?
With my kids. Well, first 18 with both, second 18 with just the older one.
Okay. Was there
a little one quit?
I fired him.
Nice.
I kicked him off the course.
My kid would just want to go to the go-karts right away. He would get distracted.
Not old enough yet. They wanted to go.
No, I know, but he'll throw a fit if he can't because he doesn't know that he's not old enough.
Yeah. Just distract him. There's a shitload of games inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, went about as well as taking a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old mini golfing can go.
Just by yourself?
No, mom was with
Okay,
as well.
that's
And
good.
she's ready to pop any day. I've actually got my phone on loud for the first time in a long time because we were at the doctor this morning and shit's progressing. So
Nice.
I could be leaving mid
go.
podcast.
Congrats.
Damn.
That's
In
huge.
advance.
But yeah, so the 4 of us go mini golfing and the first 18 was a shit show.
Was there balls flying all over in the
There
rocks and
was.
shit?
So Charlie, the older one, was taking full swings with his putter, and he golfs often for a 4-year-old. So he has a half decent swing, as good of a swing as a 4-year-old can have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he full swings, the ball goes. And he did that on the first hole. He teed up and fucking sent one.
Brought his own tee.
Hits the rocks, ricochets off, and almost lands 40 yards over in the parking lot. I'm like, hey, no more of that. No more. You have to hit it soft every time. And he's like, okay. And
I'd be pumped if my kid did that.
the 2-year-old,
He's going to be hitting a long ball off the tee.
yeah, not at a mini golf filled with
I know,
people on
I
a
know.
Saturday. I handed the 2-year-old his club, and it was immediately a weapon. So I got the 2-year-old trying to hack people's limbs off with his club. The 4-year-old hitting fucking piss missiles off the tee box at the mini golf course. So it's safe to say the first one was a lot of just damage control. Dad didn't play much the first 18 holes. But then after we finished 18, we parted ways. We sent a little guy with mom, and me and the 4-year-old had a blast, dude.
Let's go.
It was awesome. And it was super, super slow when we were the last ones in line, which worked out great because we got to play every hole 3 times waiting for the groups in front of us.
Oh,
Dang,
nice.
that's tight.
Got your money's
Yeah.
worth.
Yep.
He might be a golfer.
Yeah, he loves it. So I've got my golfer for sure. The other one, jury's still out. He likes having a club. I don't know how much he likes golfing.
Yeah. Got a golfer and an axe murderer. is what
Yes.
you've got so
I
far.
have a serial killer and a golfer.
Yeah.
Do like when kids start golfing at a younger age, like say 13, 14, 15, even like, yeah, high school golfers, do they have the same emotions that us as like, you know, retired college athletes still super competitive have?
I would assume so. I mean, think about all the people on tour. They're uber competitive and they all started when they were like 6.
But do you think they're like, do you think they were more easygoing with things when they were younger?
They're probably a little more serious about it, but I'm sure they still loved the game.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes I wish I could just have that younger kid's mindset where you just like want to go smack ball. If you like, you're not keeping score, you're smacking balls around, you're losing 10 balls around, and you're just like having fun with it.
Yeah. I'd be very like this. I mean, this talk is just kind of making me think about how like 15 years from now, America is going to have the top 10 best golfers in the world because of how much golf is huge in America right now. Like when Michael Phelps was really good, everybody got into swimming and
'Cause it
America
spits.
started. Yeah. And everybody started swimming and all that shit. So there's really good swimmers in America, right? Golf is now becoming huge. This young generation of kids who are growing up with dads like us,
That
you
are
guys.
Getting them into golf early and not post college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 years from now, America is going to be the fucking farm for really good golfers.
Which sucks. I missed my window for him to be really good then. Now the talent pool is going to be too deep.
Yeah.
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 Son of a bitch.
Well, and it helps too that the number one player in the world is American,
That too.
you know, because
Well, also think about like most places in the world when they shut down for COVID, they shut down, like including courses and stuff.
Yeah.
Not us. We kept the courses open. So it's the great golf boom of 2020, and it's solely based on the pandemic. Everybody and their brother was golfing during the pandemic. It was one of the only things you could do.
Yeah.
So all those people that have kids that fell in love with golf are going to force their kids into golf. Not force, but encourage it.
Yeah.
And so I think there's going to be, yes, a golf boom of talent, but also golf is just going to keep growing, and maybe we'll finally get our new courses.
I was going to say, like, what's it take? Where does a town have to get in order to build a grocery store?
Right.
Where does a town have to get in order to build another gas station? Where does a city have to get to build a new golf course?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that
We
take?
got-
Is it a population number thing, or is it like
I think-
you go to students whatever board meetings and then like request it, or
I have no idea.
I mean, like, definitely population is one of the first things they consider. But like, is there a need with this level of population for another golf course? And then number two would be, how busy are the current courses they have? Because not the entire population is going to golf. So then how much demand is there for the current golf courses? Can they handle the capacity? All right.
No, they can't.
They cannot. We are busting at the seams.
And they're getting rich off of us.
pause.
We are.
$18 range buckets, $28 half carts.
Yeah.
We did get some spazzes at us about the whole cart gouging thing, but the majority of people are on our side.
Yeah, I think the
carts are getting ridiculous.
I think
There
the
are some
spazzes were
spazzes out
just
there.
arguing for argument's sake.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're actually trying to defend $60 cart fees.
different course.
Well, if you fucking want to just get a country club, the carts are free. Well, I can't afford it. I can't afford a fucking $60 cart. How am I going to afford a country club membership?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
One thing I foresee with golf courses, like, I think from here on out, most golf courses that are going to be built are going to be built by like supplementing a neighborhood around it, right? Like by creating, I don't know, like a new development and then having space for a golf course inside of it. Cause I think just the days of having one giant plot of land and then putting 18 holes on it are kind of,
I don't disagree with that at all.
like Maple River, because it was a 9-hole, right? Maple River was a 9-holer, and then they added on the back
the 9 for the neighborhood.
through the neighborhood, and that back 9 is really nice.
Yeah.
But it also, I mean, yeah, it's going through a neighborhood. Like most, I feel like, of the newer golf courses in town are like that.
which is kind of a bummer because I think we can all agree that like a course with great views,
Nature's better than homes.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy looking at houses though. I'm like, damn, that's a nice house. Like I like that.
I do too.
That's
but
very old soul of you for how young
I
you
know.
are.
it is.
I enjoy the aesthetics and the looks.
See,
No, I'm with you.
I prefer a 3-bear situation where there's not a house for miles.
The only house around is the clubhouse.
Yeah, which is a shed.
That's why you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about hitting a house, paying for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just like the quietness of it. Like that, I've talked about it a million times. My favorite time to golf is super early morning. A super early morning when there's no houses or traffic or interstates around you takes it to the next level.
It's like it's peak peace.
Peace.
You can't be more at peace than when you're golfing like out in the countryside early in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm actually super excited for paternity leave because once those kids are at daycare, I mean, mom and I can take turns with the kid. I'm
sure.
going to go swing them a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, you just got the. I mean,
meet you out there.
Boot is off, folks.
Oh, I didn't even
Damn.
notice.
Boot
as
is
of
off.
this morning, right, Tyler?
Crazy.
I don't officially have the doctor's thumbs up, but the boot is off.
Let's go.
I'm getting fucking ghosted by my doctor. I went last Tuesday to get my final CT scans on my leg. And they have the scans. They've confirmed it via the app. And I've just gotten zero feedback. I have zero plan of care. I have a diagnosis, but there's no reports, no results situation. And I sent him a message last week. They just read it, left me on red. The doctor did. And then, so last night on YBR, we were talking, Miles was saying that should just tell them I'm going to stop wearing the boot and then they'll respond. So I did. And they still haven't, they read that and didn't respond. So I just took the boot off because my 4 weeks is up.
Jesus.
What they don't understand is that we have a award-winning lawyer in our back pocket.
Right. And there's a malpractice suit just piling up with evidence.
First off, they didn't have a boot for you. Okay, they did.
They didn't have crutches
They
either.
didn't have crutches. Yeah, we should just break that sucker again, just to be like, yeah, it's,
Maybe let's wait for winter.
yeah. Well,
When
you
I
like,
can
Let's just let Tyler get through golf season.
Yeah,
here for a
let's,
little bit.
And the kid.
you like money or
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know if I like money enough to break my leg again.
here's a hypothetical for you guys. There is a current hypothetical going on around the internet of like something about shooting 4. Like you are. Do you know what it is, Trevor?
No.
Like you're guaranteed to shoot 4 59s at whatever course you want on any day you want. Like you can pick, or you can pick a lump sum of money of like, let's say $100,000.
Give me the $100,000.
Take the cash.
Okay, and I don't know the money part of the hypothetical, but where I was going with that is, okay, would you rather take $100,000 or be guaranteed on any day you want to shoot the course record at Augusta?
Dude,
I want $100,000.
dude, I want 100.
I want $100,000.
Imagine that.
Really?
Imagine that this situation is real. If I walk in here and I tell you to your face that I shot a 59, you're gonna laugh me out of the room.
Yeah.
No,
for sure.
that's beside the point though. This is a complete hypothetical. Like, let's say the whole thing was
Anyway,
not-
no one's gonna believe
It's on
me.
camera.
it's on camera.
It can't be
you
disproved.
had a caddy who signed off on your scorecard, like course record at Augusta or $100,000.
See, the course record at Augusta is an awesome story. It is not making me any money.
Did I somehow
think
get
of
into
that-
the Masters so I can play 4 straight days of course records?
Yeah.
And win the Masters.
Okay, that's a yeah. I'll do that. I'll choose winning the Masters over the $100,000
Wasn't the
for
question.
sure.
But I'm going to pick the 4 straight days of the Masters tournament to shoot the course records back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
So
Well, you only get
Loophole.
3. There's only 3, so you're gonna have to deal with your 90 on day 1.
no, he said there's 4.
What?
I get 4 rounds under 50. Or,
No, that was the first hypothetical that's been going on.
This new one is just
spin it.
100 G's, or do you want the course record at Augusta?
Okay, think of the publicity you're gonna get. Think of like the plaque or the paint, even the painting that you would get of like you and your scorecard, your ball at the 18th flag course.
They
record.
might, because I am such a bad golfer, they might make a 30 for 30 out of it and being like,
Boom.
we got this thing on camera. We've got him. We know he shot a 59. He played out of his mind. And then the very next day he played golf again and shot a 99.
Jake, I'm
Like-
telling you right now, they're not paying you $100,000 for that 30 for 30.
But I think you might make up the $100,000 in other avenues.
So I
because
facilitate
of it.
endorsements
I
and everything
facilitate
else.
the brand deals and endorsements of this company. You're not getting paid $100,000 for that one blip in the sun.
Think about, let's say you're using PXG clubs. Like PXG clubs now have the course record at Augusta. Let's say
Yeah, they already got it. They're not going to post round pay you for it.
Yeah.
Maybe ahead of time they'd pay you. Like if you had announced, like, I promise I'm shooting the course
Nobody's
record.
going to believe you, though.
Right.
Well, no, but what? Even post round, like, hey, you just shot the course record at Augusta is 63. The Masters course record is 63. It's been achieved twice in the tournament's history. Nick Price in 1986 and Greg Norman in
The
1996.
shark.
You could develop a huge bankroll of betting, like betting on yourself, right? So that's the way that you could make money, but that's also probably how you get involved with like a cartel or something like that.
How you get murdered.
Yeah.
It's a much harder question for me if the price tag is at like $10,000.
Dude, I think let's leave the original stipulations on the table. I think I'm taking course record at Augusta over 100 G's.
I can't in good conscience do that.
Because even
dude.
if you make 50 G's off endorsement, like you're only like you made 50 G's and you have the course record, you're gonna make some money off of it.
You're right. You will make some
And you
amount
get to
of
play
money off of
Augusta.
it. Yep.
What? Okay. How much?
How much would you be willing to pay to play Augusta?
Yes.
See, that also has to do with it
how
too.
much would you be willing to pay to get the course record at Augusta? And it's sure as shit, I'm not willing to pay $100,000.
You're not paying $100,000.
I know, but like essentially you are by not getting that.
Yeah, that'd be the opportunity cost.
Yeah.
So
It's essentially costing me $100,000 to get the course record. I know it's
But
not coming out of my bank account,
Yep,
but it's
opportunity cost.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think if you shoot the course record, you get a membership for free?
Probably.
I think you have to.
Can you sell the membership?
I bet a membership.
Well, even just
a membership's more expensive than that.
if you get the membership, you can be like, hey, you want to play Augusta? Charge them half of the price, and then you bring them.
Okay. I like this type of stuff. Can convince me. This is the whole $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z situation. I'm taking the $500,000 every time.
So membership at Augusta is invitation only, and the club doesn't disclose membership costs. However, estimates for membership fees include initiation fee, so that's your first time
One
dues.
time firster.
$40,000 to $200,000. So
That's a real wide
there's a
window.
$160,000 window. Yearly dues is $7,000 to $10,000, and monthly fees are $400 to $500. So once you're in for a pretty decent price after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Not bad at
too
all.
different than a lot of like country clubs that are nicer around here even.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to stick with it. The opportunity to play Augusta, the story, I think I'm going to take that over the 100 G's.
I mean, I've been pretty consistent on every one of our hypotheticals like this. I'm taking the money 9 times out of 10.
I think I'd take the course record because, like, if you
Tyler's
think
just a
about
money
this, like Michael Block's situation on the PGA Championship, last year, 2 years ago, and look at what he got. He got all the fandom, all the stardom.
Yep.
Like, so if you do that, just think what you could do too.
Yeah, but
and
this
get all the
isn't
endorsements.
a
and everything.
major. This is a random round.
But still, it's Augusta though.
Yeah.
What are you taking, Trevor?
At first I'd take the $100,000, but I think I'm gonna take Augusta just to play it and then just to like have the story, and then hopefully get stuff based off that.
Yeah.
I know Jake's on my side here.
Yeah. I mean, if it's $100,000, that's $100,000.
It's a lot of money.
Think of how many rounds of golf you could play for $100,000
Yeah.
at every other really nice course in the United States.
Oh, you're right.
$100,000 means I can play Sawgrass,
It's Pebble Beach, fucking
I can play-
Pinehurst,
yeah.
Manitoba. You can play wherever you want except for Augusta.
Yeah.
You're right.
$100,000.
That's the thing. You could play all these courses except for Augusta.
I know. $100,000. I could get a probably 2-year membership at Oak Hill or something like
Yeah.
that. That's really, really, really nice. And yeah. So I don't know. I gotta take the money.
I'm running. Give me that briefcase. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
Should we take a break?
Let's take a quick break, and then I got a quick story from this last weekend's round.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys, back from the break. Just quick piss break.
Yeah, quick piss break.
Went golfing this last weekend.
Nice.
At where I would consider my home course. Yeah, hell yeah, nice.
Oh,
yeah,
Prairie Wood?
I know, it's fucking sweet, right? Nope, Thumper Pond out at the lake. First time golfing it this year.
I actually had a buddy snap me. Like, Ryan golfing this weekend? I'm like, I don't know.
Who's your buddy?
Nate.
Nate who?
Nate that sent us the course in Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, why is he golf out there? Or what?
He was at Balmoral.
Oh yeah, just right down the road.
No.
You guys should come out there one time. We'll get around it.
Sure. I've never actually played either course.
Okay, let's do it.
I've driven cart for G Dave at Thumper Pond, but never played it.
Okay, I think the first time I met your dad was at Balmoral. Anyway, so 87 scores are relevant. What is relevant though is I had a first time experience with something. That being, so we played the front nine. It was me, Jade, who works here, and then a mutual buddy of ours, and then his cousin. And I've golfed with the mutual buddy and the cousin before. Great time, good guys to golf with. And they're still good guys. I'm not saying what I'm about to say is I'm not dogging anybody, but I was accused of cheating, like
Really?
legitimately cheating for like what I would say the first time ever. Now I've cheated before. Hear me out. I've cheated before on my own terms. Like, okay, maybe I'll
Most cheaters do.
Yep.
tee up an extra, like, and if it's a non-money match, whatever, I'll like maybe take an extra breakfast ball on the back nine, or like I'll fluff my lie a little bit, whatever.
So was this a money match?
So this was for $20.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're doing like front black total.
I
or what?
know. Thank you, Trevor. It's for
He's fired up, but this is gonna be good.
No,
20
it was
fucking bucks.
It was $20 stroke play on just the back nine. So everyone starts at 0. The front nine doesn't matter.
Okay.
So there was 3 out of the 4 of us were playing. So $60 total. The winner gets 40. I hit a shot off the tee, and it is going right towards a little pond of water with like, let's say shin high, knee high little weeds right at the edge. Now I've played this hole almost the exact same multiple times. So I know the general area and like where I should be looking. So I'm looking, and my ball turns out to be like another 15 feet to the right. Well, the other cart, who is Jade and my buddy's cousin, they like kind of scan the area, whatever. And I walk 15 feet to the right where they had already passed. And my ball is sitting like a foot out from the weeds. So, okay, I grab a club. And like the ball, it's on a down. It's like, it's still not an easy shot. I actually ended up hitting a good shot. I was just like right off the green in the rough. And I went up and down for par. So I hit my par putt in, and he's the guy's like, all right, Jade, what'd you get? I got this. And then I'm like, yep, I got a 4 putting out for par. And he's like, you mean 5? And I'm like, well, no, I went 1 there, 2 here, up and down for 4. He's like, well, no, you dropped. Like you had to pull your ball back and hit penalty shot like from behind the water. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't have to pull my ball back. He's like, we drove right in the area. We scanned the entire area. Like your ball wasn't there. I'm like, yes, it was. And in this same round, I shit you not, in my car, I was driving. We drove over, like directly over top, like 2 shots already within we had played 13 holes at this point. We had driven over 2 balls. It was just like kind of hard to see. And this went on for, I don't know, a couple minutes, accusing me of pulling my ball back from the water. And then my cart partner, my buddy, then he's at my back because he's in the cart. He was in the cart with me. And so then he's chirping his cousin, and they're like going back and forth. So then I was like, all right, I'm just going to, and this was on the next tee box. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to stand here and hear these two out. And I was so close to being like, if you really want me to take the extra stroke, give me the extra stroke.
No, you can't give up.
No, exactly. And that's why I didn't say that, because I know I didn't pull my ball back. So that's why I didn't offer up the stroke. And then at one point I was like, I'll just give you $20 so I can get out of this money match. Because if this is how things are going to go, and mind you, we're having a fantastic time. It's a beautiful morning. There's not a lot of wind. And then this happens, and I'm like, oh my God, like I should just pay him my $20 and just get out completely.
No, I would have beat him by fucking 15 and then be like, hey, I'll take that drop now.
When I still probably ended up winning like the overall score by probably 7.
Oh my God. That's why they were pissed.
Probably 3 or 4 on the back 9. So I didn't even end up.
Were you beating their asses at this point? Were you well ahead? 3 holes in?
No, actually everything was square, because remember, we all started back at 0 from the back 9. We had myself, this guy, and Jade. We had all tied the first 3 holes.
Okay.
So it was all square. And then that's where like I got a 1-stroke lead there. And I didn't even end up winning the 9 holes. Jade ended up winning the 9 holes, played pretty well. So like all of that shit like ruined the vibe for at least 3 or 4 holes after.
Yeah, that whole story made my butthole pucker.
And it was like it was uncomfortable for me, because it's like, how do I defend myself here without, like, the only thing I can say is no, I didn't pull my ball back. Like,
also,
yeah, all you can do is go nuh-uh the whole time.
Yeah, so it's like I didn't really know what to do in that situation. I've never like, and again, I've golfed with the guy before. I know the guy, but like, that's it.
Who was more upset at you, your buddy or Jade?
Jade didn't give a fuck.
Okay, good, because if it was Jade, the audacity.
No, Jade.
He is the king of finding his ball when no one's looking.
I don't even think Jade knew what was going on.
Okay.
Which also, that does sound a lot like
that
Jade.
checks out. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So
everything you're saying sounds true. So I'm on your side.
yeah.
So hey, Ryan, did you?
I did not pull my ball back.
Okay.
And had I pulled my ball back, I would have pulled it off the downslope. So I had a level shot.
That's the
from where I was
number one
playing.
rule of taking drops is don't give yourself a shitty drop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the next hole, I think I ended up bogeying. And then the hole after that, I ended up getting a quad bogey on a par 5. I had a 9
nice.
on a par 5. And I'm like,
Nice.
all right, thank God I did that, because now like we're kind of back to even here. And I needed to clear my
Whoa.
conscience.
What if you'd have won by 1?
Well, and that was the thing too. I was telling my car partner, my buddy who was riding with me, I'm like, I really hope I don't win by 1, because we're gonna just have to replay this whole situation back in the parking lot. Like then we're gonna be standing at a tailgate wondering who, like, this one stroke, who wins the $20, and it would have just been this whole thing
Yeah.
that I did not want to be a part of.
The biggest nightmare ever.
But Ryan, did you?
I did not pull
No,
my.
you
I,
dropped one. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't pull it back. I just dropped one out of my pocket. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Yeah, it was a
So-
completely different ball. I didn't pull that one out of the water.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
dropped it right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. And again, to say I pulled it out of the water, like you could have came up and like felt my ball, like my ball would have been a little bit wet still. And you would have saw me like fishing out of the water. And it's
You don't believe me? Feel my balls. They're dry as can be.
so
No, there's no good way to diffuse that situation.
no,
None.
except for your buddy who's cousins with this guy and like really close with this dude to like have your back in this situation.
And he did,
Which
which is good because you'd
And-
still be arguing in the group chat if it wasn't the case.
Well, that's like how, like, again, I know the guy, but we're not even in a group. Like, we're not in a group chat together. I usually just like piggyback on with him and his cousin to play a
So-
Saturday morning round.
Question for you. Are you going to golf with this person again?
Yeah. Cause I think,
I think you guys might need a break though. I would give it a week or 2.
yeah, we usually golf together like 2 to 3 times a summer.
Okay.
So
And then when you do, call him out for cheating.
I'm not going to play I just won't play for money.
If I'm with, I'll call him out for cheating.
Okay. Deal.
Like, hey, I saw you take that fucking drop over there, buddy.
Yeah.
And then he's just in the middle of the fairway. He's like, I saw you.
Saw you do it. Saw you fluff it up.
So it was an interesting situation. I've never, and especially it would have been different if it was like if it was my golfing buddy, but I don't know this guy that well. So it was super awkward and I don't know. I would not wish that situation upon anybody out there. It kind of like killed the mood for
Yeah,
like
big time.
half hour, 45 minutes. So yeah.
Do you think
Fun round.
do you think he actually thought you were cheating, or did he just want to like, because you're playing for money, wanted to like get things stirred up?
No, he actually
Like he was
thought
projecting.
He actually thought I cheated.
Damn. Even if you did cheat, I'd have been like, whatever. I don't
And-
fucking care.
Yeah, it's like
It's,
okay.
it's not worth calling him out.
Yeah, and it's like, hey,
I mean, I've done that with Jade. I'm like 90% sure Jade has cheated while playing money
For sure,
rounds, and
yeah.
I haven't said a fucking thing because I don't want to deal with the altercation.
yeah, it's like, hey, I shot a 45 on the front. I was 9 over. It's like this 20.
You shot a 45 on the front and then had a quad bogey on the back and still shot an 87.
87.
So you had some good individual holes then.
It's pretty good holes. I birdied the last hole. 275 downhill, pin high with the driver, just off the rough, chip up, putt in. So, I guess the golf gods were on my side.
Yeah, you got karma for getting falsely accused.
Yep. So, that was that. And I shot 87. It's like, okay, it would have been different if I would have shot a 79 and I would have pulled my ball back, it'd have been like, I can't live with that one.
It's an 87.
But to shoot an 87 and still have to pay out $20
And lose.
it's like, oh, okay. I just wasted,
If you'd have won by one, it'd have been a much more. Like,
I know.
It'd have been very interesting to hear the parking lot.
I know. I wouldn't.
So did you guys get beers after or what?
No, Jade was DJing that wedding, so we had to unload speakers and do all that. So no, it was just kind of parted ways.
I would have bounced immediately. Even if there was nothing happening after, I'm fucking gone.
Yeah. Wasn't like a beers situation after things were said and done.
Okay, so let's say hypothetically, you got nothing planned the rest of the day. You don't need to be anywhere. And buddy that just called you out was like, hey, you want to go get a beer? Are you doing it?
Yeah, probably.
I'm coming up with an excuse ASAP.
Yeah, because then we can
I'm not.
then we can as guys we can like formally hash this thing out and we can come to a consensus that.
Or make it worse.
But I don't think you're gonna make it worse if you're asking to go get a beer.
What if he's just trying to corner you one-on-one and be like, all right, admit you fucking cheated.
Then I probably would have just pulled the 20 out, gave it to him, and then walked out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, use this to pay for the beers. I'm out.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, interesting round. Got that out of the way. So
You needed a little bit of that.
yeah, sometimes
you need one shitty thing in summer to happen.
Yeah, you
for
just
golfing.
you gotta it keeps you on your toes.
Last year, your buddy never paid up. Your buddy's dad never paid up for 3-putt
father-in-law.
poker.
Well, him and his father-in-law. Yeah. So I'm still waiting to deal those cards out.
Now this year we have the cheating scandal of 2024. Which
Yep.
did you, Ryan? Did you just? You can
Ryan,
tell
you can
us.
tell.
I wish I would have and then birdied that hole.
Yeah. Would have been way more.
And
more
you can
worth it.
tell us if you did.
I'm telling you that I didn't. So, and again, I admitted to you before I started this story is like I've cheated personally before. That doesn't affect anybody else, but like, who can really say they haven't fluffed the ball or
I do it twice around,
yeah. So
at least twice around.
Yeah.
golf is not supposed to be. It's like you're do whatever you got to do to make the game fun. If you got to fluff your ball up, fluff your fucking ball up. And I don't. Anybody listening to this being like, well, that's not integrity of the. I don't care.
I
really don't care.
gotta find this article.
What kind of article are we talking about?
Is it a golf article, Tyler?
It is. We'll save it for next episode. But I read a really interesting article about the psychology of golf, and it is a fact that you play better when you are having fun.
For sure.
So like, it is like, I mean, I know that's not groundbreaking shit, but they proved it psychologically that you perform better as a golfer when you're having fun, as opposed to when you're dialed in or just want to win or in the zone. If you're just having like lighthearted fun and enjoying the game, you play better.
I would say that checks out.
It definitely does. Like my best rounds ever, I've just had, they've been also the most fun. And I know those two things, performance and how much fun you're having, are directly correlated. But if you can just find a way to like ignore the shittiness of the situation sometimes and remember to have fun, you're going to play way better.
It's what Tyler just said is kind of like my swing revelation that I handed out to you guys a couple months ago.
Just practice swing and hit the
Practice
ball.
swing and hit the ball. You gave me shit for that one, Tyler. So.
I did. Well, I mean, this one isn't that
Brian,
surface
I
level.
I started doing that with my putts, dude. It's been working.
I don't take
Weird.
practice putts anymore.
Weird. On that note, Tyler, I think there is a fine line between if you're having like, it's not as if you're having too much fun, but like the more fun you have, the more relaxed you are, which is what allows you to play better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a fine line to where you stop kind of thinking about the game of golf and you maybe start to regress a little bit.
Yeah, then I think what you're alluding to is being really drunk and having fun.
It's the same mindset.
Yeah,
It's the same mindset.
Different type of fun. Like you are having a shitload of fun, but it's not really about the golf at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like Caddy Girls tournament. About halfway through, it's not about the golf anymore. I'm
No,
just
God,
partying,
no. Yep.
and then I play like shit. I'm having a fucking blast
For sure.
but it's not about the golf. I'm just getting drunk and playing games and goofing off at all the attractions on each hole.
Definitely. Yep.
But yeah, you're definitely right. Like there's the right kind of fun.
Yes. Like you still need to be focused, but you also still need to like have like, hey, stay off your phone in the cart and have good conversation with the person
Right.
you're playing with, and
Right.
like tell them they're hitting good shots and they're going to reciprocate. And all
Lighthearted ribbing, like
Yep.
talking shit to your buddies, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a quick little 2 stories here from this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So Saturday, I went and played out with some buddies. We were at Rose Creek, hole 2. My buddy Isaac.
No, hole 3 is the bad one.
Hole 2 is
Hole 2, hole in one par 4 hole.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So buddy just duck hooks the drive left into like the weeds. We go find his ball. And our other buddy's in the fairway in a cart, like whatever, a direct line to the pin. And he's got his 3-iron in hand. And he's like, God, this is so rough. Downhill lie. I go, oh, just hit a little stinger. You're fine. Hits a stinger straight at the back of our buddy's cart. Drills the back of the cart. It drops right there. Me and him just die laughing. Other 2 buddies are over there on the right side. They're like, what the fuck just happened? And we just die laughing.
So no one was in the cart. He was off looking.
He was in the cart, but he was like, so we had 5 of us. So one group's over there. The solo's right in the middle. Drill him. He's sitting in his cart. He just like ducks his head.
What did it hit?
I think it like right next to his back because he only had 1 bag, so it went right there.
So would it have been a pretty good shot had the cart not been there?
Also, shout to your friend for being able to hit a stinger on command.
He didn't try to. It just happened. But we drive up there. He grabs his ball and just throws it. He goes, I should have been way up there.
It would have been. It would have been way up there if his buddy wasn't parking the
I
way.
was like, that's fair. I would have done the same thing.
I would have put it in his cart and let him drive it up.
I think that's pretty legit. Like I would let my buddy get away with that.
Oh God,
Yeah.
For sure. You have to.
That's cheating, though.
Yeah, it's cheating. You can't throw your ball. Dude, don't fucking care.
Get your cart out of my way.
Yeah.
And you were technically following the correct golf etiquette for order of shot.
Yep.
You were further out. He was in the fairway. He should have been out of your way.
Such a good point.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So
Tyler.
penalty stroke to him.
Yep.
He can either let you throw the ball or he can take a penalty stroke. His choice.
That's a good point.
So you could explain your way out of that easy.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, we're playing Edgewood, hole 14, the dog leg right, where you try to go over 10 green to like cut off the fairway. I hit my tee shot and we're like, whatever, talking, whatever. And we hear thud. And we're like, what the fuck? We look to our right. Some cart hits a fucking tree. To kid you not, we go, what the fuck just happened here? This solo guy in a cart just smokes a tree. And we're like,
Like head on or like clipped it?
head on. It just stopped. I don't know if he like
Did he fuck the cart up?
No, I don't think he was going that fast, but we were just like, how do you hit a tree? You see it
texting.
right there.
Yeah, classic. It must have been goosenecking looking for his ball.
Yeah.
We all just stood there like there's no shot. We just witnessed this.
I don't think I have ever unintentionally hit something with a golf cart. Like I've bumped my buddy's carts on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
maybe like hit a curb on the cart path or something.
Yeah. But I've never like head-on collisioned anything on accident before.
We were so shook. We were so confused. We're like, and the one guy goes, yeah, I don't care what happens the rest of this round. I'm good. I can leave right now and I'm fine.
You should have called the ambulance. Head on out there and check on it. Like he just like continues his round and here the ambulance comes like directly at him. Sir, are you okay?
Do you have a concussion? Are you okay?
I don't think I've ever just had like a completely normal round at Edgewood. Something weird like that always happens. Like there's a time I gave Ryan's head cover away. There's a time I almost got in a fight with jean shorts guy. Last time I went, it was those 18-year-olds fucking on God about to kill each other on the green.
Yeah,
Like, I've never just had a normal round there.
Now that you say that, the last time I was out there, we had 60-mile-an-hour winds that would just take the ball away. We had a baby deer in the middle of the fairway that I had to hit my ball next to. I had an all shirtless six-some in front of me and Alan last time I was out there.
Nobody had shirts on?
No one had shirts on. I don't.
Should join
Dude,
them.
is Edgewood the fucking Twilight Zone of golf courses?
Dude, it was also a 5-hour round, and the group in front of us knew it was a 2-man scramble they were doing in carts, and it took them 5 hours.
Oh my God.
We were so pissed.
Did you ask him to let you play through?
No, my buddy Isaac met him on whatever, like 6 green that's next tee box. And they're like, oh yeah, we got big money on the line. And we're like, dude, shut the fuck up. You guys are not good.
Damn.
And on the 18 hole, we're sitting there waiting 5 minutes plus to fucking hit. And I just look back and go, should I hit? Just center green.
Size them up quick and then make your decision from there.
Yeah.
I literally go to my buddy Isaac. I go, well, if they got a big money match, we should just play them 4v4 for fucking whatever.
Play the winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You 4 shitters versus us 4, and we'll give you a stroke every fucking hole, and we'll still
No
win.
cheating though.
No cheating.
No cheating, Trevor.
Oh, we only cheat.
But like, have you ever had a normal round at Edgewood? I'm trying to think.
No.
It's been so long since I played there, but
Because the one time I played there last summer with you and Connor, something fucking weird happened too, right? Yeah, I overdrove. I don't remember what hole it was. I think it might be is a dog leg right, but if you hit it straight, you'll drive it over towards another green. Some guys picked up my ball on accident because it was on the fringe of the wrong green.
Yep. I am going to play around there probably in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So I'll report back.
Bring bug spray if you're going at night.
Okay.
Those mosquitoes are bad.
Good
to know.
Wetlands.
I'm going to throw a mosquito net around the cart.
Good idea.
Fucking malaria at Edgewood.
Okay, you guys got anything
I
else?
wouldn't put it past Edgewood, dude.
No.
No, I'm good, man.
Ladies and gents, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, maybe. Love you.
Love you. Love you.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.